Hey, okay, gonna do something a little different this time. This video, we're actually gonna do something informative. Normally I'm like, I'm running and it's hot and I'm sweating and look how much I sweat and I pee a lot. That's not really that informative. Haven't really given you anything really to show you the behind the scenes of what I'm actually drinking or what I'm actually eating or anything like that. So in this video I want to cover a little bit of nutrition, a little bit of supplementation, and a little bit of gear. We'll start with the nutrition. I was doing a lot of protein bars, protein shakes, and some like granola bars and stuff like that. But I find that that's too much whey protein. It's building up too much ammonia. It's hurting my endurance in the long run and getting a little bit of cramped. I'm bonking a little bit. So we don't want to do that. My outside of run diet needs to get really pulled in because I'm trying to get to about the 200-pound mark, and ideally I want to be at like the 185, but the stress of this whole ordeal is really starting to kill me. So during my run I want to try to switch over to like turkey wraps with whole wheat wraps, maybe something in there like berries or some type of green or something in there, just that. No cheese or anything like that because dairy is what does the ammonia issue. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do during my run. Also probably going to do some chicken broth and stuff like that because that seems to be a common thread in what support teams and support stations in the actual ultra marathons seem to have an abundance of, because I think at a certain point you can't really, you don't want to take in whole foods, you don't want to take in anything that involves chewing. You just kind of want to drink something that might help a little bit. So I'm going to have some of that, you know, make a little soup or something, I don't know, whatever, we'll figure that out. This run, the TMR as I've called it, is the Truth and Misery run. That it's just me by myself and running, just me, and then I have a support crew that we're going to try to have them follow me the whole time, and a couple of pacers, mostly just, you know, a little bit of support, some people just to hand me my water, stuff like that. They don't have any experience with anything like this. I don't have any experience with something like this. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's that. It's unsanctioned, all that. It's just me just running. As far as hydration goes, I drink this stuff. It should be pretty obvious as to what this is. I only do about half of the bottle as what the formula is actually supposed to be, and then I just add the rest water. Reason being is I just like drinking the flavored water, and I have a tendency to kind of drink a lot. I don't really want to overdo it with the water or the electrolytes, but I don't know. So far it hasn't really been that big of an issue, I don't think. I still have an issue with bonking at about the 30-mile mark, and I don't really like that. Supplementation. With my supplements, what I've been doing is I have two different supplements that I use, or two different formulas that I use. One formula is a creatine, nitric oxide, and caffeine mix. Because it has the creatine, I don't really want to do too much of it because the creatine can hinder endurance at a certain point because of the fact that it'll have a buildup of some bad stuff. We don't really want to do that. Not that there's anything wrong with creatine, but in high doses it doesn't really help you at all. It just kind of sits in your muscles and stuff, and that's no good. Also, it makes it so you have to take in more water, and I don't really want to do that. And then I have another supplement that I use that is just caffeine and nitric oxide, nitric oxide, I don't really know if it's going to help so much with endurance. It helps with blood flow. Why not? That seems good, right? I normally mix them all together in one big gross container here, and that's what I use. I'm going to do something slightly different with this run than I normally do, which is actually, I think, a huge thing, is I use caffeine right before my run every single time, and right before is the problem. What I need to do, I think, is start my 100, and I know it's not a good idea to like change everything right before the run, but with my 100 what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use caffeine until like the 10-mile mark, because at that point I think I'll be needing a boost, as opposed to if I did caffeine prior to my run, I would be bonking and getting a crash at about the 10-mile mark. So we don't want to do that, so we're going to try that, and we'll see what happens. I'll crawl the 100 if I have to. But so yeah, so that's that. So supplementation, hydration, nutrition, that's all good. Gear. For gear, I do the compression shirts because it holds my jiggly stuff in, and I don't really like jiggling around when I run, because that makes you feel like a big fat slob, which I'm not saying I am or not or haven't been before, but I just like to have that, you know, it just feels better. Also, it helps with the tender spots up in the chesticle area. I normally use duct tape, honestly, to cover the nipples because if you don't put something there, they will rub off into bloody messes and it'll look like you just took 2 shots to the chest, and that's no good. So cover them up with something. I use duct tape because it comes off real easy in the shower. When the water hits the duct tape, it just comes right off. Sports and athletic tape, the white stuff that, you know, whatever, you know that stuff. That stuff holds really, really well. And being the manly, beastly, hairy-chested guy that I am, that is not very fun to try to take off. And it is incredibly water-resistant. So I am using it now because I don't know, I just am. But duct tape is actually my preferred nipple covering, and then with the compression shirt, it kind of holds it in place pretty well. It works out really well. I also, on top of that, I wear some type of cloth shirt. Reason being is because I wipe my face a lot. Because being bald, there's nothing to catch the sweat, and it just rolls into your face. Not really the headband type, so I don't really want to wear one of those nice, you know, athletic headbands, because that's just ridiculous. The compression shirts, they do the sweat whisking thing, and I don't really know if that works or hinders me. It pulls the sweat away from your body, and I feel like that kind of maybe makes me sweat more because my body's not really cooling as well as it should, and so I don't really know, but I like the way they feel, and I'm gonna keep doing that because I haven't noticed a huge difference between wearing just a cloth shirt and so like whatever, the whisking material spandex type shirt. With gear still, I also wear compression pants. I'm not going to show you my compression pants because that's just weird. But I do wear compression pants under my shorts, and that works out pretty well. Keeps the stuff in, because that whole rubbing to a bloody mess thing can happen anywhere on your body. You get it? Anywhere. Okay, so don't do that. Moving on to footwear in the downward motion that we've already established. I have these new shoes. These shoes are really cool. They seem to be working out pretty well. They're incredibly flexible, as you can see. They are, I wouldn't really describe them as minimalist because it's quite thick on the bottom, but they move really, really well. They're really, really light. They breathe so well that my foot will actually be completely dry. The sock will be completely dry whenever I take my shoe off. It's pretty amazing. So that's pretty cool. They work out so far so good. I'm probably gonna take another pair of shoes, which I really don't. I only have one other pair of shoes, and then one of my beat up ones. I'm gonna probably take one of those on my run with me also, because I think maybe just having the option to change shoes during the run might make it so that your foot, you know, maybe brings in other muscles and stuff, give different parts of your foot and leg a rest. I don't know. We'll see. It's just an option. So yeah, so that's basically it for now. We're about to go out and do a 30-mile or so run, see how that works out with the extra 15 pounds of gear that I'm carrying with me. Kind of doing some weighted training, I guess. Learned that from you know, some Goku action. See if that has any positive effect. Also, I haven't really done any training with my support crew to see like where we're going to be you know, dropping stuff off and where they're going to meet me, and at this point and that point, what kind of water I'm going to need, or what kind of supplementation I'm going to need, or whatever. We haven't really gone over that. I'm going to pretty much just wing it the whole way, and keep my cell phone handy, and hopefully give them a little call and be like, hey, I need help. Hopefully that works out, but we'll see how that works. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do that, and I'll try to update throughout, and we'll make a super long video, I guess. But thanks for paying attention, and also you can follow my blog at Matt Running Around, or Matthew Running Around, Blogspot, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna have to edit that part. We'll talk to you later. Bye.